coming to you from Pattaya Beach, about 100 metres from the famous entrance to Walking Street. Now, whilst a lot of people are saying it's a ghost town, it's not a ghost town. There are still people here and there are still things happening. There's a core of expats that for whatever reason are staying here and in some ways are keeping parts of the town alive. But there's no doubt it's certainly quiet. As Thailand struggles along without the benefit of its usual tourist traffic, 4 key former tourist magnets are facing particular hardships: Phuket, Koh Samui, Chiang Mai and Pattaya. Whilst there are patches of business activity, just about everything connected directly with the city's tourism business are perilously quiet, particularly on weekdays. That means the employees, the business owners, their families, the landlords, and even their banks are suffering as the chain of woes reaches deep into Pattaya's broader community. Like other holiday locations around Thailand, Pattaya has had to rely on a much smaller workforce as more than 200,000 or 300,000 people have headed out of the area back to their homes up country to find employment, perhaps even a new way of life. Some of them will never return. The situation here in many cases is desperate. There are thousands of businesses that have been forced to shut. There's simply not enough tourist traffic coming through to keep the doors open. Well, just a tiny indication as to the situation with tourism here in Pattaya. This is the bus to Suvarnabhumi Airport, and it used to go every hour for 12 hours a day. Now it only travels 4 times a day, and there's usually plenty of seats available. Despite the Thai government's attempts to deny the true reason for Pattaya's popularity over the past 6 years, including the annual walkthroughs of the city's red light hotspots and declaring there was no crime or prostitution, the sleazier side of Pattaya has continued to grow, with a growing number of proprietors trying to glean an income out of a slowly declining Western patronage. Over the past decade, there's been a big change to the tourist demographic coming to Thailand, and that's had a big impact on Pattaya's tourism as well. With the rise of Chinese tourism, last year it was about 27% of all tourists coming into the country. A lot of them are going to different places. They're not attracted to the same sort of scene that is offered by Pattaya.